Driving home. Well, it's 5:30, we'll go ahead and start the street department meeting. Bob, you have the floor. Huh? Here? You're here. Go next.
Okay. Number on the agenda, I have a legislative request to repair the street sweeper. And this is, the mayor was in here, I talked to him about it. Through capital improvements, I just want to go through some of the things that we have done and what things have cost. The truck that we appropriated $85,000. It came in at $67,000. So that's an $18,000 difference that we didn't have to spend. And then I have a couple other projects. The trestle project, I had no idea what that was going to come in at. I think we budgeted $30,000 in capital improvements. I had Jeff Roberts meet me there, and Bryce Corbin from Law, and between the two of them, they figured out maybe a lot cheaper way to fix the trestle, and that's going to be around $8,000. So we budgeted 30, so that's another 22,000 that we will not have to spend on the trestle. So if you add those two projects up alone, that's $40,000 that we didn't have to spend. So I had talked to the mayor that if these things came in cheaper, could we use that money to repair the street sweeper in the street department? And he had agreed to that. I hope he remembers that. But I'll speak on behalf of the mayor. But he
26,000?
to repair the sweeper?
No, I'm saying, you had,
18
costs
plus
85
22 is $40,000 we have to save.
That's right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
And the sweeper, to repair it, we have tried through the years, and Chris Lawson has taken it upon himself to, we took it to contract sweeper that give us an estimate, and that estimate is around $23,000 to repair it. So once it is repaired, we looked at some of the prices to buy a used one at that cost, and it can be anywhere from, depends what shape it's in, 50,000 to 100,000. It's more like maybe it could be worth 75,000 after we repair it.
What was the name? Contract one?
Contract sweeper.
Do they warranty it for that kind of money for any period of time?
I don't know. I don't know what the warranty is. I would suppose anything they fix within most of that stuff, repair work, is like 30 days or something. That's what you take it to a car place is probably what you get. But there are some extensive things they have to do, but at the same time, if you drive down 79, you see cigarette butts everywhere along our medians that we probably didn't notice before, but now people are stopped, and that's where they put their cigarettes. All the pea gravel and all the gravel we have on our streets, it's everywhere. I know just in front of my house, I see a lot of it there. A lot of places like in Southgate where we have weeds growing up everywhere, that's going to help get rid of some of those items, so we don't have to fight that as much. But we used to clean our streets all the time. In fact, a lot of cities are on a program, and I think I said this the last time I was here. You know, that some big cities will spend $1 million just on cleaning the streets all the time, and then you can get stormwater plugs, not sewer plugs, but stormwater plugs. We've had to have the wastewater department bring their machine out and clean things out. So we were thinking that if we get this running again, I think it'll help us get our streets cleaner and get rid of all the winter debris we've put on for years and years.
Oh, grass.
Oh, I secretly was spying on a gas station in they were mowing there. And this guy mowed and he blew, big time grass out in the middle of 30th Street. So I saw a guy with a blower, so I kind of.
Well, you've limited the number of potential gas stations.
I didn't want to say it. Well, figure it out.
The guy with the blower, did he go to the street?
There's only
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I was watching him.
That has grass.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bob.
It didn't come out of my mouth. If you can figure it out, that's good.
Camera.
So I kind of watched him for a while, and this guy blowing the grass, he wasn't going over there. Well, the guy that had blown the grass out in the street, he got off the mower and went over and told him, so they did clean it up. But I was going to issue him a ticket for the street department. If So,
Good for you.
I was just telling Mayor that the sweeper, had a legislative request from the sweeper.
Yeah.
We talked about, the truck we appropriated 85, we only spent 67, so that's 18,000. The trestle's gonna be around 8,000, and we budgeted 30 because I had no idea, but Jobs and Law Excavating came out, we figured that out, so that was $40,000, I think, that we had not spent.
Yeah.
So you had said if those come in cheaper, then maybe we can get.
Yeah. What I had said to Bob is that, you know, we had, in our planning document for capital improvement expenditures, we had so much for this and so much for that.
Yeah.
If we had things that came in lower and had the money available, then I was gonna make the recommendation to council that we use that difference out of the capital improvement fund to help get the street sweeper going, because we need to, you know, kind of need to get back on that.
Question. Sometime back, one of these committees was talking about a cooperative program through the state where you could kind of swap use of equipment that you didn't have. Where are we on that?
I haven't put anything in yet, but I'm going to. But with this, I'd rather have our sweeper fixed so we can use it all the time, because what it's gonna take to get our streets clean is gonna be a full-time job. It's something we can get.
Just a couple constructive comments. Is there another street sweeper we could borrow in the neighborhood? Meaning Licking County or?
I
Number two,
saw, now I don't know if this was ODOT or if this was City of Newark, but I saw, maybe a month ago, I saw somebody cleaning 16.
They were cleaning 79 too.
Oh, is that right?
79 too.
Okay.
And that was, I think that was ODOT.
Is that right?
You gotta,
Was it
I
Newark?
think what you gotta do, you
Yeah.
gotta find another city that's got what you want.
Oh,
Is that right? Okay.
I'm
There's
just
nobody
trying to get
close
detail.
here, I don't.
My concern is we put this kind of money into the street sweeper, and we get on this list, I would hate to have to loan that thing out and somebody else breaks it.
Yeah.
We just put a bunch of money in.
Well, we said that if you do loan something out, there's insurance involved in this thing, that it would get fixed through this insurance program too. That's how it was explained to me.
We're still working out the details on
Yes.
whether we're participating in the
Yes.
program or
Right.
if there's availability of some of these. Well, we got a lift truck that needs work, lift,
Yeah, and that's something we may
And we've got a
end up
street
trying to
sweeper
borrow.
and-
Yeah,
what else? We got a back truck that's,
yeah, wastewater.
wastewater has got some issues with. Those are probably the biggest.
Our back truck's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, so far, I mean,
What do you want?
it's starting to get up there in some age though, I mean, in
Oh,
the
is that
future-
right?
Yeah, it's I believe in 99,
Okay.
even though it doesn't have very many miles,
It's really 22,
Yeah.
143.
in the future,
Hour,
it may
It'll be
be.
worth
Yeah.
Those are probably the three
Okay.
most specialized pieces of equipment we don't use very often.
Yeah.
It costs a lot of money to repair and replace.
Yeah.
And the state program
Yeah, and that's gonna be.
seems ideal as a.
You know, the cherry picker, the bucket truck, Heath City Schools has one. So I'm gonna talk to Superintendent Thomas, see if we can't work out an arrangement, because other than changing out lights at the high school and middle school, lights that they have above the parking lot, and the banners that they have on the poles at the high school, and maybe some stuff at the football field, I can't imagine that the schools use that bucket truck very often at all.
It's a great idea. With our cooperative, the way we work with that school system, they should be happy to.
Yeah, yeah, I would think.
That's what we're.
No, here's the good thing about a program like this, you got to kind of pick and choose what you're doing, and because not everything is going to would apply. Something where you can plan ahead and be able to commit the resources to focus on doing it. For instance, when we used Granville's boom mower with the thing, you know, we kind of planned for that ahead, knew what we were going to do it, knew the time frame, knew how long we were going to keep it. Something like a back truck, sewer plug happens, we need a back truck. We can't wait around for some state program while sewage is backing up into
See, and
somebody's basement.
that's a little bit like, I mean, you talk to any department in the whole United States, they want their own stuff if they can get it that way, that they do. And the same with the bucket truck, you know, a light's out. Well, can we get the schools? Well, don't know. If it's summertime, is somebody around there so we can get it? I don't know. You know, we do, sometimes things come up, some things we can plan, when we put the banners up,
Mhm.
and we even have to use the bucket truck to change the flags at Keller Park, because they've all been stolen, and we have to put them up there permanently, the only way we can get them down with the bucket truck.
Yeah.
So there are some things we can plan, but then there's some things that we can't, you know.
My feelings on that street sweeper is that a $23,000 investment on that thing costs 75 to 100,000.
Brand
We
new, they
can
cost
use it
150,000.
all the time to get these streets back in shape, because they haven't been swept in a long time, And I think that's my opinion.
I understand, but if you got a 3-day warranty, and you're spending a third of what.
Well, I don't know, I'll tell you what the warranty is,
I'm
but
just
it
looking
doesn't
at the-
say it in here.
Well,
It doesn't say, most of the
Diminishing
time,
returns here.
I mean, some things you get.
you're gonna go buy one for 23,000.
You're right,
Well,
but if it breaks in
you
30
know,
days.
what
then-
good's it doing is sitting over there gathering rust?
Right.
That's my opinion, you know. So. If we, you know, I myself, I think probably there's more than a 30-day warranty.
It could be, I don't.
Bob, if I remember correct from our conversations on this, the work needed for the truck, the things that need to be replaced, are the things that over time the usage of it wears out. I mean, it's not like it's not like the engine's blown or something
Right.
like that. These are the
Blowers and things like that that's on there.
exactly the things that are.
Mechanical, right?
Yeah, the things that are going to just simply wear down by using it.
Where a bearing is maybe wobbling and, you know, things like that. It's not that the engine is shot, and it's not something that you have to work on the engine.
I mean, it's kind of like if you have a car and you need to replace the tires because they've worn because you've been driving it. You're going to replace the tires
Right.
because the rest of the car's fine, but tires wear out. It's kind of the same thing.
Same thing with
On
that.
is that a decent analogy, Bob? These are the things
Yeah,
that just generally are going
the
to
big
wear
expense
down.
items
Yeah.
on here, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm not a sweeper expert, but coated blower wheel assembly, and that's like $3,500, but that's something that must turn. Maybe you know more about a sweeper than I do. I don't. And door inlet roll assembly, and
Mechanic, Tim.
liner separator. I mean, you know, I don't.
Come on,
Real
Tim.
sweet.
You work in the engineer's office.
Tim couldn't be quieter down there. Couldn't be quieter.
But
Hey, the man. He called the man.
Okay,
Sometimes
I'm just asking the question,
Yeah.
$23,000 of taxpayer dollars. I just wanna make sure that we've got some good answers.
yeah,
You know,
well, I
Lawrence
think
stuff
after
out. I thought it was a good thing, but I fell on my lesson. Road tiller, tractor, leaf cutter, I loan them and they come back in pieces. So I don't want, well, I sell it to them. And that's what happened, and we don't have a big staff, and Bob, he probably plans like you do at home, you know, you got a few minutes today, well, we'll over here and sweep this sweep, well, we can't, Granville's got the sweeper, you know, that's why
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a pain in the neck.
That's why we should have the thing fixed.
I think we
How
should
do you
fix it.
feel on?
No, my neighbor,
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll-
listening to you.
No, it's just because I think we should fix that street sweeper by all means. If we can have it in the budget and we can afford to do it, fix it. Because the streets, I noticed that the other day, they look terrible. Nothing against you, they
just
just need
on
swept. but-
79 alone with
Yeah.
it's cigarette butts. I guess we just noticed that once we put the medians in.
Yeah.
We've never really noticed that before.
Yeah.
But on this equipment loan thing too, I mean, Cleta brings up a good point. I mean, obviously, if we borrow something from somebody that mower, we're cutting the trees, that reach bar, whatever it
Yeah,
is, we'll
yeah.
fix it if we break it, but
you know, it's okay to lend out the tractor, but when you lend out $250,000 back truck, and you really can't, because if you need it, you gotta have it, like you said, not every municipality our size has more than one.
Yeah.
So there's some things you just can't lend. If we had a mower out, we could do without it for a day like then.
Right.
Then
Yeah.
put them in an emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not really into loaning things anyway.
I would just say, I mean, expect to spend $10,000 or $12,000 a year on it, because there's a lot of moving parts
Yeah.
Sure.
that wear out.
Yeah.
We'll keep it in good
We
shape.
should. If we stay on top of it, that
The
doesn't happen.
biggest thing of it is so many times operators do not duplicate the sun. They don't grease it. It should be greased every time you start the thing up. And that's where a lot of wear and tear comes on the bearing and everything else. So, yep.
I'm not opposed to it, I just wanted to ask those kinds of
Yeah.
questions. Okay.
Well, we can move
Okay.
on
The,
also.
the,
You got her.
you know, and this isn't to, make sure I'm not misunderstood. I'm not saying this to disparage the previous, foreman in the street department. But, you know, Chris Lawson is the current foreman. Been in that role, Bob, what, maybe 6-8 months?
Yeah.
And I've encouraged him to evaluate things, and you know, if we need to re-emphasize in areas that we weren't hitting before, if we need to adjust how we're doing things, I want him to own, you know, managing that, and I think he has done that. And this is one of the areas that he's focusing on. I think, in general, I think we're getting good efficiency out of the street department employees. The thing that they did with that boom mower from Granville last year, we hadn't done that in too long of a period of time. It was great that he, you know, got that together, got that organized, and we got that type of work done. It's that same mentality he has with the street sweeper type of deal. So, you know, I appreciate his initiative and him, you know, tackling problems that we maybe haven't been dealing with effectively. And like I said, just owning, you know, what they're doing and putting his own stamp on it and his own emphasis of what he sees, you know, that needs to be done and how it needs to be handled. So I think he's doing a good job. He, you know, like I said, this is part of what he wants to try to do. I'm supportive of what he's been doing and these initiatives that he's taken on.
We've had lots of talks about things that we need to have done. You know, we always try to come to agreement together. I may not decide totally what to do as far as agreement goes, but eventually we get there on what we need to do. Some things just, you know, what we try to do, we try to fix the sweeper ourselves. And the person always tinkered with it all the time, but just never really got it going. It's like, you know, it's time, let's take it in, let's figure out what's wrong with it, maybe get it fixed. It's not crazy, and maybe something. Okay. Number two is we are still fixing potholes. We're still doing everything we can to get caught up. Talk to everyone. Everybody's streets. It's been difficult working in everyone as far as these last 2 or 3 winters we've had, and it takes a toll on what we have. Just drive down Licking View, which I'm sure a lot of you do. You live off of it. It's in bad shape, so we're trying to do what we can. We're trying just to get things. It seems like we might fix something and pop up again the very next day. We're trying to get down Hoback and do the back entrance down there and try to do. The Durapatchers helped us tremendously fixing a lot of these things that we're doing. They spent almost a whole day. It's on Cynthia Street, a street that was probably paved 8 years ago. You know, and I don't know if this is because of bus traffic or what goes down that road, but it just didn't last as long as some other streets have lasted. You know? So we're continuing.
I hear the people that live up by the end on 30th just tear it up. That's what I hear.
Feeling their tires out. when they leave.
Somebody halfway down does wheelies.
They're kind of wild down there, huh?
Garbage packers.
Yeah.
What's
well,
that?
Garbage.
Oh,
packers.
garbage
The
trucks?
garbage trucks that were
Yeah.
the thing
Lot
with
of
them, that's, yeah.
Plus, you're just getting all the park traffic. You get 90% park traffic.
Yeah.
That road's used a lot, it
Yeah.
really is.
You don't understand how much, I mean, no one rides bus anymore, they take the kids to school. Like,
Yeah.
School traffic and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not glad.
I think
But
any,
the bus
right.
still has to go too.
I think any of
Absolutely.
these streets where you don't have a shoulder, you know, they go quicker than the ones like 30th Street, 79.
Right.
But I know urban with these way, and it gets one little place.
Yeah, it starts to break away.
The asphalt plants are open now too, Bob, right? So we,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah.
That'll
He
help us.
said when he was repairing it,
Mhm.
your man,
Yeah.
that he had to go down 3 feet and then fill it in. He said that there's no bottom to Cynthia. That's why it's breaking up.
There's no base?
No. They had to go down almost, I thought he said 3 feet with the backhoe. Then they started whatever kind of gravel they put in. They put it in, and then they ran over it and then packed down, and then they came back a couple days later and put that tar spray,
Uh-huh.
which that's staying, but 2 days, the buses, the packers, we got a hole again.
Yeah, it seemed like it come back overnight, so.
All that area.
It's
Doing everything we can to catch up.
Does Swangford have curbs?
No,
Okay.
Clarence.
Clarence has curbs. Swangford,
Louise, Cynthia.
but see, Swangford, I don't know, maybe I haven't driven by it in a while. I don't think Swangford's that bad. So, I mean, I think that speaks to
It
some of the
gets
school, that's the school
less
traffic
than a
that you're
quarter of the
talking
traffic
about.
than we
and-
do.
Yeah,
Cynthia.
yeah.
That old park traffic.
All those streets in that end, there has a lot of clay in it, that creates problems. They had to take it out.
Do you know, Bob, why did they do Clarence one way and then not the other two?
Well, Cynthia
lady.
was done, huh? Cynthia was done first, then Swainford came years later, and then Clarence was done the third one to be done
The Van Height subdivision was those 3 streets. Clarence came in,
later.
yeah, 10, 15 years later. It was in the 60s.
But it was cement,
Yeah.
and then when we went and
Like
asphalt over
God.
the top of it, we were warned by Kokosing at the time that you could have some problem where the seams are, and if you drove down Clarence Drive this winter, it was a bump. Now, a lot of those have went down, but there are a few that have raised up. We put this protective coating on, and we did a lot of things, some kind of mesh. Everybody was afraid to tackle it, but it was getting so bad. But at the same time, we didn't do the curbs.
Mhm.
We've had residents complain about the curbs, but we have the money to do it.
Mhm.
But it served its purpose there, so.
Alright.
We had a pre-bid meeting last week on paving, and there were, I think, 4 paving companies there, 3 or 4, maybe 3, and answered their questions. It was a requirement for them to attend in order to bid on the paving. And Joe was here representing us, and it was a very good meeting. Some questions, a few addendums to the bid process that we had to, sometimes things get left out, but nothing major. And then we will have the bid opening this Thursday at 11:45. So we will know then what we're anticipating. We think our top of our budget for that was around maybe 600,000. We're estimating we could have 550 or so with our license plate tax money. So we're hoping it comes in, under 550.
Based on last year's prices, right?
Well, it's what Joe's estimated for us.
Which-
They weren't sure.
That-
yet.
We're not saving a bundle on asphalt, believe me. I don't think they're cutting a whole lot
Well,
of
they were
roads.
saying, the guys in the pre-bid meeting were talking about a lot of that stuff is diesel. Diesel prices have not come down. So I don't know where we're at yet, but we'll know Thursday, hopefully. It'll be.
Who were the bidders? Who were there?
Kokosing, Shelley, and the ones that did it 2 years ago, they're out
I don't remember their names,
And they
but
did
yeah, I
their
remember.
paving 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Each was down about a dollar a gallon from November.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let's hope that Spires paving. is-
That was what it
Yeah,
was.
What is it?
Spires.
Fires?
Yeah. So we'll find out this Thursday how that goes, and hopefully and we do, the main bid will be Licking View Drive and Franklin Avenue. And then the alternate is portions of Fox Run. And also Kaufman and, whatever those 3 streets are.
Clinton, Bucky, Kaufman.
And those houses have been there for a while too.
6 years.
Yeah, Franklin, part of,
Fox Run. But that's north. Okay, so we'll find out for that. Well, we'll do Licking View and yeah, if the bids come in a little bit less, then we can do that. We are continuing to put street signs up. I know they're putting them together. Some areas they have put them up. I've noticed them around town. They haven't done it at River Oaks yet, but they will. I think that's the last they're going to do. But they're going around, and that project will be finished this summer. And the money that we appropriated for that was getting up to 30,000. We did to replace all those signs. I think it looks a lot better than what it did.
I've heard a number of
signs
people
like this.
complimentary.
Yeah,
of
I think
the
they like
signs.
that. So,
by the end of summer.
yes. And just hopefully nobody runs into too many of them. Yeah, to replace them. So that's being done. That's all I have. Unless somebody else has something else.
Nothing else, we're adjourned at 5:57.
Okay, ready to go again, Bob? We'll call Parks Recreation at Davis Shai to order at 5:57. Bob?
David.
Number one on the list is again our capital improvement items. I have legislative requests, and I combine these because they are maintenance issues that we have. One is to repair the trestle, and the other one is to basically get rid of the asphalt that we have underneath the playground equipment at Hitchcock Park. And I had Craig look at that last year. He said it was something that we could not do. We put out a couple bids on that, and Law came in. It's around $75,000 to $8,000 to remove that asphalt. At Hitchcock Park, it's $77, almost $7,800 to remove the asphalt there, and that's removing it and getting rid of it. And all those things are going to be tougher to do. But it's become a safety issue. It came to our attention last year. Like I said, Craig went over and looked at it. He said if a kid falls, you could get hurt because what it was the like happy landing stuff we had where they put the asphalt down and they put the soft material. We have it over at the pool and even at Miller Park. And that, well, it probably deteriorated, but the kids picking at it for years helps it. And that's the thing that for some reason, when we first did that, you almost have to have it where you can't get a finger in anything and start pulling it apart. And once something gets pulled apart, it's like popping those bubbles in packages. You just can't stop, right? over and over. So they eventually clean that up. So our plan is to get all that stuff out of there. And like I said, Craig said it would be awful for us to do it, and then just put mulch in there again. It was a novel idea. It worked for a while. People really liked it, but we just want to go back to the mulch. So it's kind of a safety hazard. The trestle, I talked about that a little bit, that I had Jokes and Henderson come over, Ben Russell and Jim Roberts, and then we had Bryce Corbin come over from all excavating. And the problems that we had,
Does everybody know where we're talking about? Everybody know, Bob, go ahead and describe where the bridge is at, just make sure everybody.
it's over there by the high school, that was the old, for the railroad, um, the metal bridge we have there. And when, Devon's Foundation basically donated that to us, they had, an engineer design kind of a walk-over area over the trestle, so it would be safe. The problem is the side railings, you could go over there and just almost push them over, and there were some boards there, they're cantilevered over the trestle, but there was nothing stopping them, and the genius engineers that we had brought in, they figured out, just let's put a wedge in there, so when you push on that, it's pushing against the bridge, and it really doesn't go anywhere. You could pull it back a little bit, but that wasn't the problem. It's more leaning on it and then maybe going over. So, because it was more emergency with us, that I went ahead and had Law do it because he was available to do it. And then what I would like to do is just replenish my budget with the money that we were going to spend on that. And with that, go ahead and put the money in my budget to do the Hitchcock Park surface demolition, which would be a total of $16,000. It's in the capital improvement planning document. Again, I told you the bridge we estimated at 30,000. I just didn't have any idea because I thought we may have to replace the whole thing. Because to replace a board, it's very difficult. They put the railing on top of the boards, and it's a difficult process to even replace a board on that bridge. So I thought maybe we were going to have to do the whole thing. And Jim Roberts and then decided that we could do it this way, which is a lot cheaper. And I'm very appreciative of that. So we had 30,000 on the trestle. Now it's only going to be about 7,500, and the demolition at Hitchcock Park, I budgeted 10,000, and that came in at around $7,800. So it's less than what we had budgeted. So I just did those together. So I have legislative request for 16,000 for the repair of both of those
Any
items.
questions about the repairs?
The 22,000 you talked about, 18,000 on the truck. That's not this part here, because you've already budgeted the 10,000.
In my budget? No, it wasn't in my budget.
No. I'm saying, you talked about 22,000.
That's what we
From the
saved.
trestle and 18,000 from the truck.
Right.
This here, the 8 and the other 7,800 is taken care of through the budget, right?
Yes, through the capital improvement budget, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It's not additional
We're not,
money.
okay, I think I understand what you're asking. We're not spending any more money than was planned. Is that what you're?
Well,
Actually less.
That's
Well,
right.
yeah.
But it's two different budgets. One was street
Right.
and one was parks.
Yeah.
So separate the two. What you talked about earlier and this. So this is saving some money this way and the other saving money the other. So
Yeah.
keep the two separate.
And the money we have saved, we're going to fix the sweeper with, so it's not any additional money. It's all within the total of what the
Yeah.
mayor gave me to spend.
That's,
You know, if you'd have budgeted like $4 million, you'd have a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could've got a lot done.
Federal government does it that way. What can we?
Believe me.
Yeah, okay, that's
but
fine.
it's two separate funds.
If we could print our own money.
Budget $4 million, only spend
There you
$3 million.
When you have a little bit less money, you have to become more creative, right? So
We
that's what
can,
we
it's
do.
just not a good idea.
Nah, yeah, that's right. Somebody might have.
We'll just keep
We'll have
going
Jay
on.
sign the money notes.
Yeah. Approved by.
And if they have your picture on them, I don't know. if it's on.
He's young enough, he'll still be young when he gets out.
Oh,
of jail.
Little life left.
Number 2 on the list is that the pool is in full go on what we're trying to do there. We just hired the full staff, Marilyn and I did last week, so our full staff is hired, though with that process, some people will say, well, I'm not going to work the pool this year, so we have to more, but for what we know right now, the pool staff is hired. I didn't count.
I didn't count either.
It's over 100.
Letters were mailed out Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they should be getting them today. One of the things that we do is, it's a balancing act. We hire kids, of course they want hours, but we also hire a lot of kids who are involved in extracurricular activities, okay? Sports or vacation or whatever, right? So you want to work the hours when you're available to work, but you also want to be able to take time off, and you want to have time off, and it's a balancing act. You actually have to, probably kids don't get as many hours overall as they would want, but you have to make sure you got enough people in order to handle when, you know, a bunch of kids are out at football camp or something like that. You know, scheduling for that cannot be fun.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And we adjust it as it goes on, and I think that's why we get so many applications. You know, again, we don't hire everyone, and we've had people beg us for our applications, people we didn't hire. And I think we get all these applications because we're wanting to work with these kids, and they can still kind of have their summer to still earn some money. And a lot of the kids that are really, really, really serious about working there and maybe not involved in too many things they can get quite a few hours if they really want to.
Yeah, and then those are also the kids that even after they graduate from high school, they come back and they work while they're in college and take have a little bit more leadership, supervisory type role in some of those positions.
So the full staff is hired. We have drained the pool. We started that last week, and we drained the pool, hoping that it also rains, and that helps kind of wash out the pool a little bit. But along the way, after that gets done, we do have to go in there and scrub it and get all the algae off it. In reality, it's not in too bad a shape this year. Always find little things here and there that are wrong. We did have I don't know if I talked about this last time, but on the Lazy River, the whole side of the Lazy River is made out of stainless steel. And those sections are welded together against something in the back, and then they fill that with gravel. Well, the guys drained or went overlooked at the Lazy River, just kind of checked it out. Well, during the winter time, one of those seams had split wide open, and gravel was falling out of it, and we're thinking, oh my goodness, this will be wonderful. You know? And we called the original company that built the pool in 2002, and they came that day and fixed it for free. So that stainless steel is guaranteed for the life of it.
Now that's a warning.
Now that's a warning. That's what you're talking about, isn't it?
What else is that company doing?
So that's
Does
good
that repair
news.
bridges?
We make fire trucks out of
Bridges, sweepers, what else is coming? I like this company.
Let's make everything out of stainless.
Yeah. So that 50,000 we just appropriated, oh man, I'm gonna have to take some money out of that now. But they came and they were awesome. So of course now they said, I said, well, yeah, shouldn't be doing that. Well, we do it different now. Well, of course you do. That's our history. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do that differently now. That doesn't happen anywhere else. Well, so they said that they do that because they want. I mean, they have pride in their work, and they want to continue the work, and they don't want someone saying, "Well, this happened, and why would you use them?" And I mean, they come right on the spot and fix it. So that was a good
We
thing.
need to spray paint the whole thing to look like stainless steel.
Yeah.
Say, can you fix that? Can you fix that? Can you?
It was great.
What's the name of that company? Just for,
Astro Pool Company,
where are they out of?
Mansfield.
Good.
Yeah, they came right down. And it was one of those days that looked like, boy, it's really going to cut loose and rain. And they got done and got out of there. And that's something that is
Did it take
forever.
take
Didn't take
forever?
that long at all. They must have practiced it.
Because they do it different
Yeah,
now.
yeah, they do it different. We had to bring an old guy in.
The year after we installed ours, they changed it.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's what I always hear.
We learned.
We learned from that heat pool.
We're in the process of getting estimates for the painting the pool buildings, and we're going to paint all the blue on the buildings, and got a few estimates, and we determined who's gonna do that. So that's part of that $50,000 we appropriated. We will be painting some of our outbuildings. I don't think we're gonna paint in the white this year, just anything that we see blue, and try to match the new blue we have compared with our old blue that we used to have. So we're trying to get it all matched together. So that's one of the processes that we're going to have to do right now. And along with that time of year, it's pool, it's mowing the grass, it's getting the ball fields ready. It's you know, it all happens at one time. We have spent some time. We initiated the new guys and the new mowers mowing, and Ronnie has had to take them around and show them, because you just can't say go mow over here because there's boundary lines and who knows, you know. So you have to take them around and pretty much show them everything. That has worked well. And then we get Granville Christian Academy calling us each year, wanting to donate their time to help us clean the parks or whatever we want to do. So they came last Friday, and we had Tyler Paulson, one of our new guys. We had a vote, put him in charge of it.
He got elected.
Short straw. Well, see, we hired one guy like a day before he got hired, so we say that guy has seniority over it.
What a democracy.
And he's the youngest, you know, so.
So he got elected.
Yeah, so he got elected, and he went out and showed him, and it was really like a lot of old leaves and stuff get up against the fence, and they just clean it out. We give them the bags and the gloves and all that stuff, and they bring their own supervisor too. But we just have to show them exactly what to do, and they spend the whole day there. That's it. So it helps out some, you know.
Yeah, they've done this now for a few years, and we really appreciate the kids taking the time to do it, and the staff at GCA for thinking of us.
I mean, they seem very enthusiastic when they were calling me. I mean, I think you.
No, I know.
To her. And
Yeah.
They're very enthusiastic.
They're on top of it.
And,
We gotta see maybe if we can get the Bulldog volunteer group to
yeah.
do something like that, you know?
Well, we got Granville working for us now, so. And then again, just cleaning the parks in general, there's just a lot of things that we have to do. Getting the volleyball courts ready, and softball fields, and softball. The leagues are going to start right away, and buying softballs and all the things that you have to do. But you know, we hit the ground running in the spring. These new guys, I think they were there the first couple of weeks, you know, when the weather was bad, and it's a little slower. But I said, well, just hang on, because you're going to be running everywhere you go eventually, and that's the way it is now. So they're happy being really busy. So good. And that's was my next comment. The two employees, seems like Ronnie has stepped up and taken over for Craig. You know, time will tell things, but he seems he's very happy with what he's doing, and to me, he's doing a pretty good job. We'll see how the pool goes. It's an adventure in itself. Like I said, he could get everything ready, then once you turn something on and something doesn't work, then the panic code starts a little bit, or
Hopefully it's made out of stainless steel.
yeah, or you know, you have to winterize the pool, so there's a lot of plugs you have to take out in the wintertime so the pipes don't freeze. Well, you always forget one plug somewhere. You turn on the water and it's shooting out somewhere, so it's always but you learn over time. But I think it's working out well, and I'm kind of excited that it's a, you know, I'm old and change is hard, but it's a change that's okay too. You know? It changes things. So anyway, that's all I have. Somebody else has.
Other items for Parks Rec and Davis Shai?
Yeah, maybe, I guess, in Bob's committee, I just want to mention a thank you for Saturday's event. You know, we had some time by city staff in it, organizing it and planning it. We also had time from city staff volunteering for it, including Nick and Denise that works in up front here in Utilities Connect, that collection. They donated their time to help with that event, and they were on the committee and active participants of it. So appreciate everything that the volunteers did. With staff members did, and then also the businesses in the community. We got a lot of help, a lot of cooperation. Those bags with those coupons, my goodness, there's tons of free and discounted stuff from, businesses in the community that wanted to be a part of the celebration. So I thought it went well, better than I had hoped that it would be. The attendance was, I think, fantastic, and again, it's hard to imagine how it could have been organized or executed much better. So I think we all owe some thanks to the people that helped put that together.
I see, since we have some of the volunteers here, did anyone want to add anything to what the mayor said about the event, or?
Said it well.
No, I thought it went super.
You guys couldn't have planned a better day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You planned for Warriors Day.
That was what I was responsible for.
Were you
Jan said that was on me. Yeah.
Put in for May the 16th.
I know, believe me, it'd be great to have a day like that for the parade. Man, be nice.
Yes.
I had a question about something that, it was from earlier. Bob talked about, or maybe it was the truck for the wastewater, the sump truck.
The back truck?
Or the back truck.
Okay.
Some of the city vehicles, and this could be not specific to the parks or any department, but for any of the vehicles though, if there's a low mileage or a low usage vehicle that maybe like something where like it's a tanker truck, if that truck could be spec'd a little heavier, or if later it was needed on streets or for a snowplow or something, that once that part of it like rusted out, like it was something to haul the brine, maybe that truck could be used for some other department.
A different purpose.
Yeah, even though it's older, but it's not used much, like a back truck.
I think it's some places we've done that. I mean, we've traded tractors and department and trailers and trucks and stuff. I think we've tried to do
Something
that.
to always be mindful of, though. Sometimes I could see where you could sometimes have tunnel vision. Say, okay, this is our job. This is what we need to accomplish. Here's the tool that we need. And maybe someplace, and then maybe another department has something that could work, or maybe they're not using something anymore because maybe they got something new. But now, it's something I think maybe to always be mindful of. It's not a bad point.
Yeah, the back truck, don't get me wrong, I mean, it's got years left on it. But there's going to be parts that'll be coming up that will be replaced.
They're going to be wearing out.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as the truck chassis and engine and stuff, I mean, that's still in good shape. But in the future, there's going to be like tubes and pumps and hoses. I mean, it's getting that age on it. It's going to start.
The vac truck, and we do use the vac truck in other circumstances other than just wastewater operations. But can you describe, Nick, kind of how the vac truck works and how we utilize it just within the wastewater department?
It has, I think, 1,000 gallons of fresh water that we carry on it, and that has pumps to use for the jet rod machine. And we have just about 300, maybe 400 foot of inch hose on it that has a nozzle, a spinner nozzle. So we can run that up the lines and clean the lines out. And then on top of that, there's a empty tank with a big vacuum that we have adjustable tubes and telescopes and so forth that we use to vac debris from the sewer system, or stormwater, or he's even capable of like sand or dirt for dry excavation.
Did we not utilize that at the water plant? when we changed out remember the media and the filters? Did we not use our vac truck to help get some of that out?
They did some. I think they tried some. I wasn't involved in that. I'll tell you how successful that was.
What kind of pressure on that when it's blown out of the
It can go up to 3,000 tons. Yeah.
That's blowing things out.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you're shooting it downstream.
But just
So they have a not so pleasant fountain in their basement.
A lot of hydraulic hoses and pumps and valves. It just, last year, there's inside the dry tank where we back stuff up in, there was 2 cages that have balls in it, stainless steel balls in it. Now, why they didn't build the cages out stainless steel, I don't know. But
Yeah, because then Astro.
but what would happen is one was for suction on one side and the shut off the suction when it gets full. And, well, those cages all rusted out. And so instead of buying replacements, we took them apart and got measurements and stuff and had Ashcraft build us new ones out of stainless steel. And we put them back in.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
It's just stuff like that.
Okay. Thanks.
That's looking ahead. That's definitely looking ahead on that.
How long the tank itself will last.
Yeah.
We try to rinse it out every time we're done with it and everything. I have noticed the telescopic tube starting to
Oh,
get
is that
some
right?
rust and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to. It's one of those things where you don't really want to start scraping on it to try to paint it because you took a hole in it and then
Yeah.
you're big
Yeah.
expense.
Yeah.
Get repaired.
Yeah. Yeah, let that paint hold it all together.
For as long as we can, anyway.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
do something with it.
Yeah.
All right, anything else for Parks Rec and Davis Shai? Hearing nothing, we'll adjourn at 6:22.
Guys ready for finance?
You good, North County?
Huh?
You good, North County?
They're out.
Yeah, makes
One out of 10.
Did,
Got extras? You guys all got one?
I got one.
Anybody need one? Finance? I got one. Anybody? That's it.
All right.
May, though.
While you're ready, we'll call finance to order at 6:22. Got a total of 5 legislative requests. First one is $82,984.56. That's
That's me.
safety, fair workman's safety intervention grant.
Power cuts.
Any other comments, Brian?
For power cuts.
We need that waived, right?
Yes, we do.
Mhm.
We got, declare emergency now.
Okay, any other comments? Committee okay with that? Second item, appropriate $2,085 Colorado Springs Conference.
That's the CLIA conference.
Yeah.
Police. Transfer funds, hotel accommodations. Any comments, Brian?
Don, what's your question?
I have one question. I went home after you left and started thinking about it. If 5 people go, what does that do to our force? I mean, as far
I
as-
asked that question. We've got it staffed.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
So I
okay.
thought, we're not that large. And to take 5 people out for a week, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, well, and especially talking a couple leaders in the department there
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
I asked that question. Obviously you're filling them.
Right.
They're not there,
Yeah.
but we'll be okay. And they're thankfully they're a phone call away. If something needs to be addressed.
All those guys, that's
I'm considering going to that CLIA conference, paying for it out of my own pocket if the dates work okay. That's the question for for me. I can use some credit card point things or whatever to help pay for the flight or whatever, but I gotta check your dates and see if that's gonna work.
All right, anything,
What'd you say?
Bob and I were 10 minutes in Vegas.
third item, ordinance authorizing disposal of 2 Dodge Charger police model sedans for the police department. That, I guess it didn't make the agenda last week.
I did.
Chief brought it to me. It's something that potentially he's looking at a newer vehicle between now and the end of the year. We won't dispose of these vehicles until this vehicle is purchased. But he just wanted to get it on the agenda and kind of get it out there.
You'll go and do it on him.
Yeah.
We have
ultimately, I
in
will.
our planning, capital improvement planning document, the costs for a new Ford Explorer type police pursuit vehicle, the one like what Officer MD has. And we actually have 2 Chargers that we would be able to dispose of then as a result of this. I spoke at length on Saturday with Officer MD after he did the demonstration with Havoc about his Explorer. And I've talked to him 2 or 3 other times previously, but now that the winter was over, I really wanted to kind of pick his brain. I asked him how he felt it performed, and he said it was outstanding. It performed very well in the snow. The thing has a turning radius that is excellent, even though it's a longer vehicle, which I could relate to that because I have one, and it does drive much like a car. It does not drive like an SUV, like a truck chassis SUV. It drives like a car because it has a car chassis. He had no problems with it in bad weather conditions. He said that it doesn't necessarily go as fast, as quick as a Charger does, but how much speed do you need in a quick amount of time? He said that I can get there's nothing going on that this vehicle can't handle in the city of Heath. He feels as though the maintenance on these is going to be much less than what's on the Chargers, particularly the brakes, where the Chargers are very hard on the brake pads and the rotors because they get so hot. And he showed me how on these Explorers where there's actually openings that allows the heat to vent out so that the rotors don't get hot. The Chargers don't have that those rotors get hot quick, and so you get warping and things like that going on. So MD had nothing but great things to say about how his vehicle has performed since he got it last year. Obviously, there's a lot more space in that vehicle, both for the occupants and for equipment. I know that I'm seeing the State Highway Patrol. I'm seeing many other departments using these now as their pursuit vehicles.
Price-wise, I forget, the Charger.
It's about the same as a Charger.
It had 35,000. I have that document.
Yeah, it's about the same as a Charger.
Okay, all right.
Resale should be better.
Yeah, might be. So, in my opinion, as these Chargers, and you get 3 years out of a patrol car, you're doing well. As we cycle these Chargers out, I don't think we get new Chargers. I think we go with these Ford vehicles.
We might get a little longer out of both.
Maybe. Depends on who's driving it and how they drive it, and yeah.
You know, it sucks. We just bought all new kits to install the
cage between the driver, the front seat and the back seat, and all this stuff, because we went from Fords to Dodges, and now we're gonna be doing it again.
Well, if my memory serves right, not only did we do that, but when we replaced, the last time we replaced Chargers with Chargers, they had changed the body design in the Charger, and we could not use the thing from the old Charger in the new Charger.
Yeah, correct.
So, hey, guess what? Somebody's looking out for somebody.
And they're not stainless steel.
That's
All right. All right, anything else on that one? All right. Fourth item, we went over that already, the $23,000 to repair the sweeper capital improvements funds. Any other comments, Doug?
I just think that we need to get it done.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. Fifth item, we again covered this, $16,000 within the capital improvement fund to do repair work to the Russell Bridge and Hitchcock Park Playground. Deb, any other comments?
No, I think we covered it.
Ready? Anything else?
Hey Bob, just in the future, give Jay a heads up on stuff like this so that he can actually put it on his agenda. Legislative, yeah, because I mean, if you're bringing them, we might as well just take them to finance the same night, so just give him a heads up.
Other items?
Other item, well, Bob went over it. We are having the reading of the bids for the paving project Thursday at 11:45. I'll read the bids. I think we've all kind of been waiting on this bid reading so we can kind of get it. I mean, I know the mayor has with the capital improvement fund. And I think a lot moving forward to what the city's doing financially is kind of hindering on how much they're going to charge us for the asphalt. So that's definitely something we're dealing with. And then I even said today in the department head meeting that we are doing a lot of passports. I don't know what they've done in the past, but the staff has told me we're doing a lot, which we're not complaining. The secret's out that we are doing them in here. You can come in, you can sit down. If you bring a load of people call and said, "Will you do five people?" Yeah. We had a whole family. The Robertson clan came in here a couple weeks ago. They went to Europe or something.
Yes, the whole
crowd.
dollar is cheaper over in Europe now, and the travel agencies are totally booked to go to Europe.
Yeah. Well, they went.
Is that
over
where we
see
need to
his
go? We need to go to
son,
Europe?
Yep.
But I mean,
Yeah.
so
Go to
we
French
spent quite a
Riviera.
bit of time.
I can tell you where I'm going.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Go back, rewind, I want to hear whatever he said. Remember, his first choice in Europe is. French Riviera.
Where? His church down in Texas, there's
Sure.
a bar moving next door to
Go
him.
back, pedal down.
Exactly. Just
front belt.
And stuff, you know, they praying that they wouldn't do. And about 2 weeks
Just never
before the
quite
grand
know
opening,
what's gonna
so I construct a bar in Burger Town. And so the bar people sued the church. Church said, "Hey, it wasn't us." But the judge, he said, "I got a problem." He says, "I've got a bartender now that believes in prayer." And he said, "I got a church that don't believe in prayer."
So wait a minute, how does that story tie into the French Riviera?
Oh, that's Riviera.
Okay. I thought, all right.
Class French Riviera. I don't.
That's what I heard.
No hearing aids over here. Anything else on that note?
I think we just got more.
I think I'm good.
All right, we're adjourned on that note at 6:34. Gee whiz. Are we doing caucus now?
Okay, we did it now real quick. We have a long break, okay?
We'll get a break.
All right. Mr. Henry, you do the invocation tonight?
Yeah. There you go.
We need someone to excuse Mr. Morrow. And the approval minutes. Mayor, is there any elections, appointments, special orders, or anything like that? Okay.
Nope.
Normal committee report. Since Mr. Morrow in here, public services. Jeff, you gonna do that, or we'll just skip it until next time? Or you just wanna say they're
I'll
gonna
just,
meet?
I'll just say we're gonna meet.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, all
I'll
right.
be glad to do that.
All right, okay. Down to introduction of ordinances, ordinance 40. The safety grant money, that's the one that will suspend the rules, declare emergency on that one. And then the money for the Kalia thing, does that need to be?
No.
Okay.
He didn't
Okay,
say.
we'll hold that one then.
We could go in the red on that account and then the appropriation from the
Yeah,
IRS.
okay. All right, we'll just hold that one so people can have it. Ordinances on second reading, 34. That was a meter reading system, so that would be, Jeff, you want to do it since?
Sure.
Okay.
That's,
It's older.
And then, the street department building, that'd be Heffley. And then the next one, the, master purchase meter reader, that'd be Mr. Crable again. And, once we flip the page over, we will find that. Nothing. While everyone's still here, youth and government. Mayor, I'm gonna get with you and talk to you a little bit about that, see where we stand, because you sent me an email and then
Yeah.
stuff going on.
I need to, I was gonna try to, I might see, Heather Gibson is one of the two teachers working on it. She
Okay.
helps teach up at Patty's.
Oh, okay.
I might see her tonight up there.
Okay.
Otherwise, I have her cell phone number and I can reach out to her. I would like to try to sit down with them sometime this week.
Yeah.
So I
Whenever
got
you find
your-
out a time, just call me, let me know, or whatever, and I take off work if we wanna do it during the day, or if you want to
Okay.
do it at in the evening.
Okay.
Pretty much any evening I can do
Doug,
it.
you're
Yeah.
pretty
Other
much
Wednesday
free
evening.
as long as you have a little bit of heads up notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Wednesday
Because I
evening was the
have
only evening I did, so Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if you wanna do it during the day, let me know what time during the
That's
day.
what I would prefer to do, is do it during the day.
Yeah, if you wanna do it during the day, just let me know so I can just take some time off and get,
Okay.
just make sure I'm not out already doing,
Yeah.
If it's a rainy day, it'd probably be better.
Okay. Yeah.
That Bill Kitty, I could be free.
Possible this week.
Tim, will we have,
Can.
do we have to approve minutes from that Saturday meeting as well?
You can call me. let me
Yes,
know.
under approval minutes, we should,
Ah.
if they're ready, they may not, I
I
don't
haven't
know.
seen them, but I'm just.
Yeah, I don't know if they're ready yet or not, so if not, we'll do that the
Okay.
next time.
Okay.
I'll ask,
I
you
haven't
know,
seen
we haven't
anything.
seen anything, so I'd say no, they probably aren't.
She didn't have them in the box today.
Okay, let's not worry about it
The
then.
minutes from Saturday.
To approve
I
the
haven't-
special
Right,
committee,
it's-
we'll just wait for the next time.
Yeah.
All you're doing is just approving.
Was Jenna
what's-
recording them? Did she have her recorder?
I don't,
She was over there right.
she was right.
Oh, was she?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Probably not much to them.
No, just take the agenda
The
pretty much.
proclamation.
Yeah.
The roll call.
Yeah. Ag Commissioner Bub, which that was on me. You know, in hindsight, I should, and I apologize to him. I should have had them on the agenda.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that maybe, could
Yeah.
have showed up, the governor might have showed up.
He's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not campaigning.
No.
Just trying to figure it all out.
He just,
And our flyover guy got caught in Washington, or he'd have been here.
Oh, is that what the story was? Because I saw like one
He was the
plane.
guy that flew the drone in there.
Oh, is that what you're
Gyro, yeah.
What's funny because that was one thing I saw.
It was supposed to start with that.
I saw one plane go over and I thought,
He made the wrong.
okay, was that the flyover or was that just somebody like trying to get their pilot's license or what was that?
Yeah.
But
We probably
you see that thing?
We should have got one of them guys that fly the banners, like at High State Stadium or something like
that
that.
is so expensive, Tim. We looked into it. It's
Is it
so
really?
expensive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable. I can't
Thousands
remember.
of dollars.
But yeah.
Thousands of dollars too.
It was
Just
so
to fly a
expensive.
banner?
It's
Yeah,
like,
just get one
hi
of the-
Bob, we love you. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get one that's got an advertising, like buyers.
How much was it if it actually said Bob Geller?
I want to buy an A.
You buy an A, I'll shoot that
You know, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice it. Because, like, unless you're looking at it real close and E is round and A is
It only got
round.
me going because Jenna came up and told me that. And I had just went off on her a couple weeks ago about all these people sending stuff spelled that way. I thought, I'm gonna quit paying bills, hell. And then I came in here like,
Maybe
oh,
they
this
think
says
you're
something
related to
Hey,
Sarah Michelle
hey, man,
Gellar.
it
Maybe
goes
that's
back
it.
to when he bought Jim Craner's cake, and the cake said, pay for it.
Yes.
When Dennis said something about the cake and everything, and Bob thought they'd wrote, paid for it on the cake or something. And I thought, she goes, no, your name on the cake. And that's when we came in and looked at it and stuff like that. That's what it all stems back to.
I see.
She was playing a joke on him about the fact that, they wrote.
I just said something. I really try to go through life without getting in any kind of controversy or trouble.
You just like to-
no
Like they
comments.
Are you trying to
death
I try.
How's that working out for you?
Not very well right now.
I like to start
My
the
next
Never has.
20 years, well, in basketball I didn't care. 'Cause
I did what I could to smooth it over later.
I'm not worried about it.
What happened to the cake?
We got some back in the back in the kitchen.
Did they actually, I mean, I'd love.
I want to try a piece of it.
You should get it out because it was cut for you guys. It was left here for all you guys.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's not dried out.
No, we put it in a bag so it wouldn't get
Especially
dried out.
if you. Oh, this one's not bad.
Oh.
But if you, I mean, if you just shave off the end, I mean, it will be dry.
Yeah.
Go on back here.
Right, so
Let's
look
go.
at Brian. Brian goes,
Let's go.
Take your fork, go with him.
Did Dwayne do all right?
Yeah, he did. He did. It
It was great to see him there.
I tell you,
He
that
enjoyed
touched
it.
me.
Yeah. Well, I think I needed to get him out. That was.